What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be making a delicious American goulash. Now this dish brings back a little nostalgia of when I was little, when my mother used to cook the goulash on a Monday and we ate on it all the way to a Thursday. Yeah, that type of goulash. So if you remember that, let's get to it. Okay, so for the ingredients, I have 2 cups of beef broth, some Worcestershire sauce, I have some minced garlic, I have 2 bay leaves, some garlic powder, some onion powder, I have some fennel seeds, some red pepper flakes, some paprika, some Italian seasoning. Right here, don't judge me, I have some sugar that's going to go off into it, some salt and pepper. I have some tomato sauce and some diced tomatoes. I also have corn, onions, green bell pepper, red bell pepper. Let's get to cooking. Okay, so to my pot, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Then I'm gonna go in with my ground beef. Then I'm just gonna break it up. And I've been thinking about getting me one of those meat grinders. Those little like a little, I think it's a little plastic, rubbery looking thing that grounds up your hamburger meat. I've been seeing a few people use them, and I'm thinking about getting me one. But until then, my little wooden spatula will work just fine. Okay, so now that my ground beef has browned a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and add my bell peppers and onion. I'm just gonna mix that up. Okay, so now that the hamburger meat is done browning, the vegetables have softened up, I'm going to add in my minced garlic. Let's give that a little stir. Next, I'm going to add in my diced tomatoes. Then I'm going to add in the tomato sauce. Now we're just going to give that a mix. Now I'm going to add in my salt and pepper. Going to add in my onion and garlic powder. Next, we're going to add in the fennel seeds, Italian seasoning, paprika, and pepper flakes. Yes, we're about to add that sugar. Now guys, what the sugar does is help kind of balance out the flavors, the acidity of the tomato sauce. Now as for the red pepper flakes, that's optional, you do not have to use it. Next I'm going to add in some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add in my 2 cups of beef broth. Okay guys, so 2 things, actually 3 things. First of all, the ingredients are going to be in the description box below like always. Second thing, when I was describing the ingredients, forgot to mention the elbow noodles. You need the noodles for the goulash. And another thing that I did behind the scenes is that I added another cup of beef broth. When I started stirring up my mixture, I noticed that it was like a little bit too thick for my liking. So I added another cup of beef broth. So that's going to bring it up to 3 cups of beef broth. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is mix it up a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it to a boil. Okay, so now that my goulash has came to a boil, I'm going to add in my corn. I'm going to add in about 3 cups of my pasta. Next, I'm going to add in my bay leaves. We're going to just give that all a mix. Okay, so now that everything is in the pot, I'm going to turn my heat down to medium-low and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until my pasta becomes al dente. Okay guys, so while I'm waiting on my goulash to finish cooking, I'm going to whip up a quick jalapeno cream corn buttermilk cornbread that's going to go perfectly with that goulash. Let's get it. Okay, so first we're going to add a cup of all-purpose flour and a cup of yellow cornmeal to the bowl. Then we're going to go in with a ½ cup of sugar. Guys, this cornbread comes together real quick. Next, I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder. Next, I'm going to add 2 eggs. Next, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of melted butter. I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of my cream corn and a cup of buttermilk. Now, if I need to add more buttermilk, I will. But right now, we're going to start off with a cup. And I know you guys are wondering, like, why are you putting cream corn in this cornbread? It's a lot, well, you know, people put cream corn in their cornbread. And what it does is just adds to the richness of the cornbread. That's all. Now I'm going to add these jalapenos to the mix. About a 1/4 cup of jalapenos. You don't want much. That'll do right there. That'll mix. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more of my buttermilk. Probably 1/4 cup. Give that a mix. You can see the cornbread is looking lovely. Okay guys, so as you see, I put my cast iron skillet down. It's been in the oven for about 20 minutes getting hot. And that is what you want to do. If you're using a cast iron skillet, make sure that you preheat it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter to my pan. Okay, now I'm just going to pour the mixture into the cast iron skillet. Remember how y'all's mama used to do? Try to get it leveled out, even as possible. Work from the center to the edge. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to transfer this to the oven. I have it set at 350 degrees. I'm going to let my cornbread cook for about 20 to 35 minutes. But make sure you keep an eye on it because depending on your oven, it could cook quicker or it could cook less. Just make sure that you keep an eye on it. Alright guys, now that everything is done, let's take a look at this cornbread first of all. As you can see, this cornbread is looking magnificent. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this hot butter over it. Just spread that around. Okay, now let's get into this goulash. Now we're almost finished. Let's just take a look at that. That looks delicious, guys. Now, for my last and final step, and this is optional, you do not have to do it. I'm going to add about a half cup of cheese. Like I said, it's optional. Don't jump on my back. But I like cheese in my goulash. Give that a mix. Alright guys, so right now I'm going to make me a bowl of this good, delicious goulash. Okay, now that I have that plated up, let me cut me a piece of cornbread real quick. Oh yeah, that definitely looks good. I'm gonna just drop that right on top of there. Okay guys, let's go in for a bite. That's it right here, guys. This goulash is hitting on all 10s. Let's get that straight right now. This jalapeno cream cornbread is off the chain. I'm telling you. You guys, the recipe is going to be in the description below. Make both of these and eat them together. This goulash with the flavor of those bay leaves, the fennel seeds, everything just comes together perfectly. So I'm just ready to finish my bowl. And until next time, guys,